All right, y'all, it's official. I have gone insane. Well, at least more insane than I was yesterday. In today's video, we aren't doing something simple like playing with multiple decks, or even playing with starter decks. My pal Gyroshan and I will be playing a match of the Digimon TCG using decks that Siri made for us. You know Siri, right? The iOS helper AI that is the go-to place if you're looking for a top-tier deck. Said no one ever. This idea has been something I've been working on for a while now, and I think I finally came up with a method that works for the Digimon TCG. The rules are honestly pretty simple. We have Siri determine what cards we are allowed to build with in our decks, and then Sean and I have full reign over how many cards can be included, and hopefully they're good enough to make a winnable strategy. It'll make more sense when I show you in a bit, but in order to determine these cards, we're gonna have Siri pick 4 different level 3s, 4s, and 5s, and then we're gonna have her pick 3 different level 6s, as well as 1 level 7 if available for the color that she randomly picks, and then finally, 2 tamers and 2 option cards to round off our total card pool. The only real restriction Sean and I have when it comes to actually deck building is we must include at least 1 copy of every card Siri picks. And that's why we have the different classifications. In case Siri picks a bad card, we can just bite the bullet and play 1 of it and then play more copies of the rest of the cards. But if Siri picks multiple bad cards for a single level, we'll have to play them at high numbers because they're all we have. It's basically a random pile of cards that Sean and I have to make sense of, and then from there we play a match and see who wins. This goes without saying, but huge shout out to Sean for doing this because, as you probably guessed, it's a lot of work to build a deck this way, and it'll hopefully be a fun and entertaining affair for all of you guys to watch, but it's still a lot of work. So if you guys want to check out any of the stuff that Sean does over on his channel or his live streams, I'll leave it linked down below in the description. With all of that finally out of the way, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on more videos like this in the future, and let me know your suggestions for other challenges we can do in the future down below in the comments. And with all that said, let's show you how to build a deck in the Digimon TCG using Siri. Alright y'all, here we are at DigimonCard.dev. Now before I get into the actual decks that Siri built Sean and I want to give you a quick example of how the roles for different cards actually works. So the first thing me and Sean have to do is we have to pick a color that we're going to build around, and we're going to pick a random number between 1 and 6. The different numbers represent the different major colors in Digimon. We're excluding white for this video because right now there are no like white eggs or a really conclusive way to build an all white deck. All right, with that said, let's get the first roll in. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 6.
It's 4.
And that is the green color. So we are building green for today's Siri deck, and that is actually a really good color because there's a ton of just generically strong cards in green. And this is where having a card database like DigimonCard.dev is super broken because we can use the handy dandy search filter here. We can exclude parallel and alternate art cards, and we can sort by card number ID, and that will allow us to have a list of all the available different levels that exist. So now I'm going to sort by level 3s, and I'm going to pick my first level 3. And I think, so let's see, we have 3 down here, and then we have 1, 2, 3 rows of 8. And that gives us, for all the math whizzes at home, 27 different level 3s. And that means we need to have Siri pick a number between 1 and 27. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 27.
It's 13.
13, all right, so this is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We get the cool Digiburst Kumemon as our first level 3. And now we are going to do the exact same process, but instead of level 3s, I'm going to show you how we pick a level 6. It's the exact same thing, except the numbers might be different. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different rows, which means we have, what is this? So that's 24 plus 6, that's 30? Wow, there are more green level 6s than there are green level 3s. That's weird. I guess because it's including things like Babamon and Imperial Dramon, so whatever. Hey Siri, Pick a number between 1 and 30.
It's 6.
6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Download level 6 Argamon. Pretty solid card. Happy to include it. And now we just repeat this process until we have 4 different level 3s, 4s, and 5s, 3 different level 6s, 1 level 7 if available, and then 2 different tamers and option cards, and then I can build my deck according to Siri. And yeah, that's how it works. I'm not gonna bore you with every single roll that I do, but that is what we're doing today. And now I'm gonna jump you over to Sean's completed Siri deck list.
All right. So, quick look at my deck profile here that you're going to see against Steven. Some interesting, weird cards. My level 6s are where it's at, but you have Kakimon as the baby. If it's a level 7, gain memory, and Sumamon. If it's unidentified when attacking, draw 1. These probably won't come into play too much. In terms of the rookies, though, we got a bit of a Gatsumon party. We have 4 of the blocker Gatsumon, which was nice. Lots of blockers. And then also 4 of the vanilla Gatsumon, that's 6K, 4-cost rookie. I don't know, man. You got to play the cards that you get. But I did get lucky. I got 4 of the 2-cost Commandramon. So we do have a 2-cost rookie in here in black, which is hard to find. And then my 4th rookie was a Ludomon, which I thought to myself, depending on what we get, could be interesting. But no, it's just a one of. I did not get the other cards that I needed to make that useful. So we're keeping that at the minimum. In terms of level 4s, we got 4 Dark Tyrannomon blockers. This will be a theme that you see throughout, is lots of good blockers, which is not surprising for black. But we also got 4 of the new Machmon card, which you probably don't see a lot of. But this one is the new level 4 that has decoy. It has decoy. So if one of my other Digimon would be deleted, then I can delete this one instead. Nice because it's only a 4-drop, so it kind of can fill in the gaps a little bit and protect my big guys, which is where the money is at for me. In terms of other level 4s, I made a little space here. I made only 3 Clockmons there, which has the inheritable of giving +1k on your opponent's turn. And then 1 of the Kurisarimon that gives rush, but it's just there. It will do nothing for me. It's just a body. In terms of my level 5s, Siri was kind enough to give me a reboot person in Blackmot Galgamon, but his inheritable will do nothing for me. But, a 7k reboot body, I'll take it. And then we also got, this was the good one. We got 4 of the Megadramons, the one that has the inheritable blocker. So my level 6s are going to be just so good. They could be level 6s that have +1k and blocker. Oof. And then in terms of rounding out the level 5s, we have 1 Tankdramon, not enough D-Brigade support here to warrant more, and 1 Inframon. Again, I did not get the Diaboramon, so no reason to have more of those. Now, my level 6s, we have 4 Gankumons, which, when Digivolving, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. Really, hopefully, will come in handy against some maybe rookie rush strats Steven might try to play if the game's not going so well. Also, Sec +1 if there's an unsuspended. We have 2 of the blocker Bancho Golemons. So between the blocker inheritable for the Gankumons, blocker just on Bancho Golemon, big bodies, and then 1 Metal Edamon that's unblockable, gets bigger, and could also have blocker. Just lots of good stuff there. This is where it got a little nutty with Siri, was very kind to me, was 4 Zwart defeats. I got the Zwart defeat as my level 7, only 1 shot at it, and we got it, and I'm just like, heck yeah, we're going to throw 4 of them in there because you can't beat a Zwart defeat in security. Tamers, we have 1 Izzy, 1 Tai, really just memory tamers. The +1k is actually useful. We do have a lot of blockers in this. And then we got Blazing Storm of Metal, which gives something with reboot, +1k and blocker. Really only going to work on the Blackmot Galgamon. And then 1 4-cost D-Digivolve 1. I can't imagine I will ever play that. And the security effect is terrible. Add it to your hand. So this is a dead card, essentially. I don't know why I would ever spend 4. We'll see. We will see. But that is my deck list. Let's see how it does in the matchup.
All right, y'all. You just saw Sean's amazing deck list that Siri made for him. I have no idea what it is, but you do. Looking forward to seeing that matchup in real time. But let's talk about my deck. Let's go through the card by card. As you can tell, I rolled green for my color, if you don't remember my example. And my eggs that I got were 3 copies of Pinamon and 2 copies of Tainamon. I chose to do this ratio because I felt like drawing cards and gaining power were pretty equally valued. So I just did like a more even split than I'm used to doing for eggs. And then going on to our level 3s, we have 4 copies of Dokunamon, the first card I rolled, 4 copies of Wormmon, a card I've never used, but I'm excited to, 4 copies of Gobbly, and 2 copies of Aurora. Dokunamon and Wormmon are both searchers for cards that I have in this deck. Digibursters, level 4s and 5s, and then these are just 2-drop vanillas, super solid. I'm actually really happy with this lineup. Hopefully it'll do me well. I was figuring that green was a good color to roll because there's just a ton of generically strong cards, and they all kind of do similar things to like more powerful cards like Tentomon or other vanillas out there, so I'm happy that this is what I had. Moving on to level 4s, we have 4 Kabuterimon, 2 Kuwagamon, 2 Dokugumon, I think I'm saying that right, and 2 Petal-Dramon. 1-drop evolution power gainer. I use this in competitive decks all the time, super strong card. 2 Kuwagamon, it's basically an on-play flower cannon. Might come up if I'm giving more memory. 2 Dokugumon is a searcher for 5s and 6s. On play, 6 cost though, not the best. I'll probably just use it as an evolution piece for chains. And then finally, Petal-Dramon, both good and bad, 3 costs to evolve, but it is a hybrid Digimon with piercing, which could come up if Sean gives me too much memory during my turn. I can like surprise him for game with that card, so pretty cool. No blockers though, so that's big sad, but green has like inadvertent ways to like circumvent aggression, so I should be okay. Moving on to level 5s, we have the best card I rolled, which is 4 copies of Lilamon, probably the best card in green ever, so super happy I had this. We have 2 Garbagemon, 2 Jagamon, and 1 Pyildramon, because apparently Digimon Card.dev thinks this is a green card. I know it can evolve on green, but it is not a green card, it is a blue card. This is a vanilla, and then Jagamon's actually interesting because I do have a level 6 in this deck that has a really powerful wind dissolving effect that if I could get for free would be nice, but I'm not a big fan of the let's swing and hope we get the level 6 type of play, so I'm not sure how often I will choose to go for this, but hey, I might. You never know really what the best play is until you start playing, right? So hopefully this format isn't as like crazy as I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be more simplified, but I have crazy buttons in this deck if I need to push them. And now we're getting to the level 6s, which is interesting. We have 4 copies of Mega Gargamon, a card that I love and have loved since it came out. It should be an SR. It's not. That's sad. And then we have 3 copies of Argamon level 6, the first level 6 that I rolled. And then here we have 1 copy of Reflegiamon. Now, when I first rolled Reflegiamon, I was ecstatic because, as you can tell, I have Lilamon and other Digiburst cards that can search for these pieces, which are amazing. But when I was looking over my collection to build this deck in real life, I could only find 1 Reflegiamon, and I swear to you, I own at least 3 copies of this card, but I just could not find them. I recently changed some stuff in the office, and there's really no sense of organization back there for all my cards, so I just couldn't find it in time. So I had to like remake the deck in order to play it IRL, because I didn't have time to go buy a Reflegiamon, right? So Siri recommended a pretty awesome lineup for level 6s that I cannot actually build, so I'm sorry, Siri. If I fail today, I will not blame you. I will blame myself for not being properly prepared for my own challenge. But hopefully the 1 Reflegiamon will still put in work, as it is a very useful skill that will help us deter aggression and gain board presence in the process. Finally, rounding off our Digimon, we have 3 copies of Chaosmon Valderarm, probably the preferred of the 2 level 7s I could have had, because again, having access to more removal seems more beneficial to me than having more aggression, given that I don't have a real way to stop aggression. So I really like this card, and given that this format is pretty simplified, slamming one of these down and just like leaving him there might be the best way for me to win most of the games. So hopefully I can just like have him sit there and be a body for a bunch of turns. And then finally, rounding up the deck, we have 2 Positron Laser, 1 Forbidden Temptation, 2 Mimi Tachikawa, and 1 Izzy Azumi. So these cards do the exact same thing, except this is better than this, so I'm playing more of this. Pretty simple deductions. And then Mimi is the best tamer in green. So happy I got this. And then Izzy is my favorite tamer in green. So happy I got this. So I'm really excited to see how this lineup works. Extra aggression, extra cards in hand, and ways to stop people from attacking. Also, funny enough, I do have a blue card, so I could get the bounce effect with Positron, which would just be hilarious. And that's it for the deck, guys. Honestly, it's a super solid, like, pseudo green control / like tempo deck. I'm really happy Siri picked all these cards, and even though I wasn't able to build the best version of this deck possible, it's gonna hopefully be enough to beat Sean in today's matches. Let's give him a call and find out if Siri can actually build good decks in the Digimon TCG. All right, Sean, here we are. We are playing decks created by AI. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I know that Siri has no idea of what the context of my questions was, so it's kind of a blind AI.
When I first thought of this idea, I actually asked, "Hey Siri, how do you build a Digimon deck?" And you want to know what came up? One of my videos, and I'm like, "That's not helpful."
You just listen to yourself, and it's like, okay, great.
Like, I already know that. I'm excited. I want to know if you can build a better deck than me.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting. I want to say I have faith. I will say Siri did make some very good choices, which you will hopefully see.
I am impressed. I was honestly impressed with Siri, and you know what? As we go through this, you will find out that I failed Siri. So that'll be pretty funny. So do you want to do 2 dice high roll to pick who goes first?
1 die. I got a 1 die here.
That's perfectly fine for me. I'll do a 1 as well.
All right.
I got a 5.
A 5er.
Oh, evenly matched.
roll-off.
Well, we are, AIs fighting each other.
Oh, that's a 6.
Alrighty, I got a 2. So that means you are first, my friend. Cut or tap?
Okay. Just tap is fine. How about you?
Tap is fine for me.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how. I feel like half the Digimon games that I've been playing lately have been, in some form or fashion, nonsense. Weird decks.
That was a funny thing too, is like when you and I first met and we first started making videos, we did the Crash Course series on your channel, and the purpose of that series was to explain Digimon and play it in a super simple way. And now we're just complicating Digimon to the point of like, this is not how you're supposed to play the game, but we find it fun.
Oh my. Okay, so this hand is playable. I'll take this hand. So as you can see, I got black. So we'll go Commandramon there. And then I'll go ahead and leave you with as little memory as possible. Dark Tyranno, leave you at 1. It's like I played a real deck.
It's like it was a solid turn. Okay. I will go ahead and start off by hatching Pinamon, my green Digi-Egg. And I'll start off by evolving into Dokunamon to draw a card. And, I'm a big fan of alliteration, so I'll evolve Dokunamon into Dokugumon, giving you 1 and I'll draw.
What does that Dokugumon do?
So this is an on play. Reveal the top 3 cards of my deck. Add 1 level 5 and 1 level 6 Digimon from among them to my hand. Trash the remaining. It's like Analog Boy, but bad.
Yeah, it's what, 5 or 6 cost?
6 cost to play normally, 5,000 DP. Yeah.
No, thank you.
It's one of the very few. I mean, like green's always been like low evolution, big DP. Big play cost, which is the funny thing with it.
As much as I want to leave this blocker here, I'm gonna go into Black Mock Gaugumon for 3. Leave you at 2.
I am at 2.
And this has reboot for what it's worth.
That is actually annoying. Okay. This is complicated, to say the least. I feel like I know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, okay. I'll evolve into Lilamon, giving you 1, and I'll draw.
Okay. I'll go ahead and draw. Let's hatch. What do I want to do here? I'm at a measly 1. This
is the complicated part. It's like, well, what am I supposed to play around? Like, I have no idea what's in your deck. You really have no idea what's in mine.
Yeah, I have no clue. I'm just gonna go Bancho Golem on there for 3 and leave you at 2.
So the way that young man works is he has blocker, and then if I have 3 or more unsuspended, he gains 3,000?
Just 3 or more Digimon.
Digimon, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this real simple, friend. I'm just gonna play me and give you 2.
Okay.
Look at these good cards I'm playing.
I
It's
know.
it's like
I
a
mean-
normal deck. It's like Siri knows.
See here. What are we doing? I'm at 2, huh? I will. I'll go ahead. I'll Evo into Gatsumon there for 1. Go
Dude,
to
I
1
actually
draw.
love that Gatsumon. I find that Gatsumon hilariously good.
He's definitely interesting. He's like, I don't know. He's just one of these cards that I'm like, I can't tell if you're actually good because it's like a 1 cost Evo, and I'm like, he's a 4-drop too. But I guess 6K is a lot. 6K is a lot. So,
I mean, think of it this way. Like, I play in Agu Bond, a 2-drop Agumon that's 4,000 DP, but I evolve for 1 all the time, and I'm like, worth it.
oh man. Wow, God, what do I want to do here? You know what? I'll just play Machmon for 4 and give you 3.
So he has Decoy, and remind me, that only stops effects, right?
Would be deleted. You may delete this Digimon, and I think the errata was from effects.
Right.
It's
yeah.
not just normal deletion.
Exactly, thank you. All right, so the play that I've been setting up for this entire time, I hope still works. I'll go ahead and promote Lilamon, activating the effect Digiburst 2 to rest your Bancho Golemon. I'll activate Mimi to hatch. And then I will go ahead and evolve into Goblymon to draw. And I'll evolve into Rafflesiamon to go to 0, draw. And I believe she's still just 11 to your 11, but if I activate her Digiburst to give her +2, I'll target your Machmon. It cannot attack or block until the end of your next turn, and I'll swing 13 into your Bancho Golemon.
Okay. There we go.
Like that is probably the strongest play in my deck, and I can only do it once. So it feels pretty good. I'll go ahead and end it off by evolving into Kabuterimon, giving you 1, and I'll draw.
Okay. I will draw. Can't attack or block, right?
No, yeah. He's just stunned. Her
You know what?
beauty knows no bound. It can even infatuate machines.
A Rafflesiamon that has no sources is not scary. I am bringing this Gatsumon up.
Yeah, now she does nothing. I promise she does nothing. It's just, she's pretty.
What are we doing here? I think I will just go into Dark Tyranno for 1, go to 0, draw, and then we will play a awkward. I'll just play a Gatsumon to give you 3.
Blocker, Gatsumon. Okay. Man, you have so many blockers in your deck. Oh, I guess you're playing black. That's on brand. I didn't get any blockers. I was sad. I'll go ahead and promote Kabuterimon. I mean, it's funny, I guess. Well, that's not funny. That's actually hinky. But I guess I should do it now. I'll rest Mimi to hatch Pinamon. Guess we play with fire first. Guess that feels better now. I'll swing. No, you know what? There's no point. There's 0 point. I'm just gonna evolve into Valderarm, give you 3, and I'll kill your Dark Tyranno and your Machmon.
Okay. And I don't think Machmon would stop any.
Yeah, because
effect.
so I'm just targeting them with minus DP effects, and then the game is what's killing them. My effect isn't killing you.
Yes. I'll draw. Let's go ahead and hatch. A measly 3, huh? You found the stack. Oh, you got the Chaosmon though. You got the Chaosmon for your level 7.
That was this is probably like the best card I built the deck around personally. It's just like the most generic I had. That's always going to be good, probably.
Let's go ahead and go Clockmon for 2, going to 1.
That's the DP gainer during my turn, right?
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
Then I will. I'm a little scared if I'm honest with you, but I think eventually you have to run out of things, right? I'll just go Black Monk Galgamon and give you 3.
All right, I'm at 3. Draw. Thing is, like, I am the worst when it comes to like, all right, time to start attacking security. I just never want to. I just like, there's so many scary black Digimon now. I'm like, I can't think of what to play around, and so I'm just gonna play around everything. I'm evolving into Lilamon, going to 0, draw. I'm gonna use Lilamon's Digiburst to rest your Black Mock Galgamon.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we're both 8, right? So we can't
Yes.
swing into you, but I will swing 14 into your
Yeah,
guy.
I was about to say, you got another. You
Whoa,
got
whoa,
another
whoa.
dude
I was like, don't swing with this one. I was about to, and I'm like, wait. I think we're both 8. That's a bad idea. I will evolve into Wormmon to draw. Am I afraid of... I already played around Ultimate Flare, so am I afraid of anything else? I don't think so. So I will just download into Argomon to pass over 2, and I'll draw. Over to you.
Okay. I'll go ahead and draw. This is worrisome. I will just guess, yeah, that Argomon, it could swing, rest something, so I'm kind of like, bad news bear. I'll just play Izzy for 4. You'll go to 3. 1.
You have Zwart Defeat in there? And you
Yes.
have Tie?
Yes.
And there is Genkumon. Okay. Knowledge. This is important. I need
This is a lot of knowledge in here. Although this is not really what I want to see on the top of my dang deck. Gosh, what do I want? Do I want any of this? The answer is... Oh, this is awful, actually. I hate seeing this because now I know that I'm basically in a bad way for a while.
Oh, because you're like, I have no rookies, and I will continue to have no rookies.
Exactly. All right.
Okay. I'll draw for my turn. I start at 3. I'll promote Wormmon. I'll start by using Mimi's effect, because I have Argomon in play. I'll evolve into Dokunamon to draw. I think we'll start off by swinging with, if you, I still don't know what kind of option cards you're rocking with, so I'll swing Wormmon first. 1000 DP.
Okay. Just a Bancho Golem on there.
Okay, on deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of my deck, add 1 level 4 or 5 from among them to my hand. Oh, you saw there's my Pyildramon and my Wormmon. I'm adding Pyildramon.
Okay.
So apparently, in the database I was using, Pyildramon's a green card.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I didn't do like this card is also treated as black.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. So it's a blue card. It doesn't have that line of text, but it evolves from green, and so they're like, it's a green card, and I'm like, well, it kind of isn't.
Sure.
But thank you.
I'll take it.
And then I'll swing 14 into security with Valderarm.
Yep, that's just 5k Clockmon.
And then, yeah, I'll swing 11 plus 1 security attack.
Okay. 3, 5.
And then I think do I want to reveal that yet? I kind of don't, so I'm just gonna play Garbagemon and give you 3.
Okay. Don't know if there's. I mean, you kind of saw my hand, so I am gonna.
Yeah. Oh, I know your next few draws, and if you don't have any rookies, it's gonna be bad news bears.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna scoop this one up. This was there was nothing in my security that could have stopped you.
Whenever you approach unknown metas, y'all, you just gotta play it safe, do what works, and hopefully it'll work. But I cannot wait to tell you something, because honestly, that game was probably like 1 in a million, if I'm honest with you. So it probably won't happen.
I was just like, man, you got all the Lilas, and I will say I did make a mistake. I could have gone into his Zwart Defeat over the Bancho and gotten rid of your Mimi, and I should have done that.
Oh yes, I think was my only Digimon in play Reflegiamon that turn. It might not have been because of the Mimi.
I'm not sure, but it was definitely weird. It was no, you went into Reflegiamon that turn.
Yes, and then but I think I used my Mimi to like promote something for free is what I did. Oh no, I hatched and I evolved and then I did it. Okay, cool. So yeah, I probably would have traded Reflegia for Zwart Defeat. Oh
well,
no, but you would have killed Mimi.
You
would have killed Mimi.
I would have killed Mimi and I would have left you at 2 because I played Mock Galgamon and I should have just gotten rid of Mimi and left you at 2 and that would have been awkward.
That is actually what would have happened. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. Okay, I gotta now I'm terrified again. And I do know you have Genkumon now. I'll be doing a lot of thinking in the next round. I'll tell you what.
I will say between Reflegia and what is it, Lilamon, I'm like, okay, we gotta figure this out now.
So let's see. I know you have Genku and Bancho, and I think you Bancho. I haven't seen your 3rd level 6. I don't know what that could be. There's a lot of stuff.
It could be a lot of stuff. Or maybe you've seen the other 2 because those are the only ones that were good. I'll go like there, yeah.
Cut a tap for me, by the way.
tap. How about you?
No. Yeah,
Do
you were
this.
fine for tap as well.
Okay.
I don't even know what your deck is. I don't know what to play around. There's no Pot of Desires. I don't know what I'm doing. First or second, my friend?
I'll go. I think I'll go first.
You got it.
In a world where I know nothing, I'll go first.
Oh! I knew it. Okay, here we go. This will be good.
I'll hatch, and let's go ahead. Gatsumon for 1, leave you at 1. Draw.
You know what? That's great. That's actually awesome. I love that. I would do that. I'll hatch Tainomon. That's so much better than what I have to do. I'll evolve into Goblymon to draw. Yep, okay. I'll evolve into Petal-Dramon to give you 2 and draw.
Okay. Oh my, leaving me at 2 on a level 4. Draw.
You left me at 1 on a level 3, and I left you at 2 on a level 4. What are we doing? Game 1 was like, here's the perfect things we're evolving into, and Game 2 is like, yeah, these are the other guys.
Okay, what do I want to do here? That's a good question. I think I'm tempted to give you some memory to work with here. I will go Clockmon for 2, go to 0, draw. And then I will go into Megadramon for 3, leaving you at 3, draw.
Okay. Draw. Now... Okay, yep. I'll promote Petal-Dramon. I will... I guess I evolve into the one that I hate more, right? So I'll evolve into Jogamon, go to 0. Now there's a couple of ways I can do this. I can attack for 8,000 and try to see what I got in here. I do play a lot of level 6s. Or I can just evolve into the one that I want. I think...
it's that one that looks at the top.
Yeah, and then it evolves for free. Yeah. When it swings, so it turns into whatever it evolves into. Yeah, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna download and give you 2. Draw.
Okay. I will draw, and I think you will be sad now. I will bring this up, and I will go into Gankumon for 4, leaving you at 2, and deleting that.
Right. I would have played a little dude. If I had a 2-drop in my hand, I would have swung with that. And you wanna know what sucks, by the way? I drew into like a really good level 6 for the evolution, and I'm like, I would have liked to evolve into that one.
Oh, because you would have swung and evolved into it.
Into it, yeah, and then it would have turned into it.
And then dropped anything that's lower than it.
Yes, and you have to gotta believe, folks. You gotta believe in the power of goodness, and this is where green has its big problem for me. How do I beat a Gankumon? Because if I hard play anything, you're just gonna get plus security on top of everything you're already doing. And he's a 13,000 blocker.
Yes,
that's like better than my entire deck. I should have just stayed in raising. Why did I promoted Jogamon? Because I'm like, maybe I'll attack with it. I never should have even thought about that.
You were like, I made a huge mistake.
Oh god. This is all terrible, but I think I just gotta bite the bullet on this one. I'm gonna hard play Kabuterimon and give you 4.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
I will draw. Attach. I'll go into blocker Gatsumon there. We'll draw. Part of me really wants to just take advantage of those security checks, because what could I hit? I mean, could hit a Valderarm.
You could hit
a Valderarm.
You could hit Terror Cluster. You could hit.
Yeah.
You could hit. I haven't revealed any option cards in this deck.
I will. I think it's fine to take the risk. I'm gonna swing for 2 checks. 12K.
The first check is Mega Gargomon. No, he's been revealed. He's 11, not 12. And the second check is Dokugumon.
Okay. You know what? I'll take that. He survives. That's all that matters. Let's go ahead and go Dark Tyranno for 1, going to 3. And then, interesting. I'll just go into. I'll just play an Izzy for 4 and leaving you at 1. 1,
Maybe
2, 3. Ooh, actually, yeah, they're all black. So, haha. I keep turn, and let's go ahead and put. But I'll put it in the order that I revealed it.
Okay.
And then we will Mega Dramon there for 3, give you 3, and draw.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go to 3. Draw for turn. Let's evolve into Dokunamon to draw. If you just have another Gankumon. So I know your next few draws don't have Gankumon, which is great. But if you already have one, that's sad. But I think I have a way to come back though. So I think I have to go for it. Okay? Yes. So let's evolve into Lilamon to go to 0. Draw. And I'll evolve into the boy, Mega Gargomon, giving you 4, draw, and your Gankumon is now rested and it cannot stand up.
Okay.
It's a good thing it doesn't have reboot right now.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and draw. Let's see here. Interesting. So that Mega Gargo is how big? 11?
So it's 11, but he gains +1 for every dude you have rested. And then if I have a tamer in play, I can rest something when he swings. And then he gains plus security attack if you have a rested dude.
So he gains +1 for every one I have rested, right?
No, he only gains +1 max if you have 1 or more. It's Argomon that gains multiple, but he gains multiple for my rested Digimon, not for yours.
I'll go ahead and bring up this Mega Dramon.
Yes, sir, you will.
I'm at 4. I think that's fairly safe. I'll go Metal Edamon there for 3, putting you at 1. I've revealed my hand on the 3rd level 6.
I actually love that card. I think that card is funny.
I mean, it gets +2k on your turn, so it's 12. It's a 12k blocker.
I think in my first draft of Turbo Millenniumon back in 1.0, I played him and I played Hyandramon as my only level 6s because they both were 12k during my opponent's turn.
And I think so. I think this being 13k, it's going to be hard for you to get over it. So I'm just going to play Commandramon for 2 and leave you at 1.
Okay. I will go ahead and promote Dokunamon. And the stars have aligned once again, my friend. I'll evolve into Reflegiamon for 1 to go to 0. Okay. And then I'll use the effect to have her gain +2,000. Sorry, the whole board, I should say. And then I'll target Metal Edamon. It cannot attack or block until the end of your next turn. And I'm going to swing 14 into your Gankumon thanks to my Kabuterimon.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna Valderarm your Metal Edamon.
Give
you
my.
6.
Okay. Well,
that was the only route I had, my friend.
I cannot beat that. Draw. Let's see here. I have 6 memory though. Let's see. I will hatch. Let's go ahead and go into Dark Tyranno for 1. Go to 5. Go Commandramon there. Draw. That's a Valderarm, but it doesn't have. What is the Kabuterimon?
So for every rested Digimon you have, he'll gain +1,000 DP during my turn.
+1k for every rested. God, I have no way to rest things. But
well, I mean, have I revealed Needle Spray or Flower Cannon yet, my friend?
This is true.
This is a green deck. Never assume I can't rest stuff.
Maybe I should probably just play it a little safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Kurosari there for 2. Go to 3. Draw. Interesting. I don't want to do that though. That sounds like a horrific idea for me. I'm just like looking at something going like, no, this is
It's so funny because you're like, oh, I built this deck for a very particular reason, and I'm like, I don't think I've found that reason yet. So I'm like, what should I do right now?
Go Mega Dramon there for 3, and
Yes,
then
sir.
we'll go. I'll just go into Bancho Golemon there for 3, giving you 3.
That Bancho Golemon can give all Digimon with the same name as him rush. He can have blocker twice, and he has Kakenmon.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hatch Pinamon. We'll start off by evolving into Dokunamon to draw. Does literally nothing right now. Let's swing 14 into security. Nosewort defeat.
Okay.
Just
Wort
said
defeat.
it! Why do I say stuff like that? Why do I ever say
speak.
things like, I should just shut up when I play? Oh, that's the worst thing that could have happened right now. I have to deal with that monstrosity. Do I have a plan to deal with that monstrosity? Let me think about this. Wait, you know what? Hang on. This might not be, I mean, it's not great, but it might not be too bad. So let's evolve into Kabuterimon to go to 2, draw. Okay. And then I'll evolve into Lilamon to give you 1, and I'll draw.
I'll go to 3.
As I said it was checked. That is
Yes.
a superpower that I want to get rid of. I want to return that one for like super speed or invisibility. That'd be great.
What do I do here? I think what I will do is I will bring up this Bancho Golemon.
Yes, sir.
I will swing into your Valder arm.
Yes.
And die. And
then
I
who'd you
will
like to kill?
The Valder arm. The Valder arm.
Yep. And then you'll go to 0.
Yes. And from there, I will just so afraid that Lilamon, some Lilamon nonsense.
Lilamon nonsense. That's my whole strat right now.
How do I leave you with as little memory as possible? That's the question. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, you've got Digisorption. That's what's scary.
Yeah, Digisorption's possible. Only level 6 with Digisorption is Argamon, and that means
Argamon, yeah.
2 or less. All I need.
And you can't. I'm trying to remember Digisorb. You can Digisorb other things, right?
No, so like I can tap anything I
yourself.
want to achieve the cost for Digisorption, and then I can go into whatever has it, right?
And what is the Digisorption play cost of Argamon? Like if you
2,
Digisorb,
it's 2.
it costs 2.
Normally it costs 5.
Then you know what? I will. I'll just play a Blazing Storm of Metal for no effect and leave you at 1.
The who now? The what now? What does that do?
A blazing storm of metal until the end of your opponent's next turn. All of your Digimon with reboot get +1K in blocker. Sure, that was one of the option cards I was given.
Okie dokie.
So I'll leave you at 1.
So the plan has, I don't want to say it's been thwarted. It's not ideal because that is an issue. Okay, this feels like the only play I have. I'm going to play Garbagemon. Give you 4. Go ahead, friend.
Okay. I'll draw. Let's go ahead and hatch. What's the level 3 I'm looking at? Commandermon, that's what it is. Draw. Let's see. What is the Garbagemon's play cost? Is it 5?
He's 5 and he's a level 5. Is it funny to think that I have more thoughts when I play a match like this than I do against like Bond of Friendship or something? I guess because like I know what to expect against Bond of Friendship, whereas this I'm like I don't even know what I should be doing.
I'll go into defeat here.
Yes,
leave
sir.
you at 1.
Still has blocker. Oh, I thought it was a joke before. And now you have the Kakenmon online. Oh, that getting sword defeat with Kakenmon is actually hilariously good.
I'm like, yeah, I have things, so I will go ahead and swing for 1 check.
Gain your memory.
Gain a memory.
And it's Wormmon.
Okay. And Um, Garbage money. I think I want to leave you at 1 again. I'll just play a Gatsumon blocker and leave
Yep,
you at
that
1.
is always a good call. All right, I'll draw. Okay, this time I have some moves. Some. Promote Lilamon. All right, we gotta do it this way, I guess. I'm going to start off by just swinging 8,000 DP at you.
I'm gonna let that through. 12k.
Oh. He's the only good thing about him is that he's big. I was like, he'll live one time, right? One time. Okay.
Wasn't his word defeat.
Plan D. Let's. Did I draw? I draw that, so I guess no, it's not worth it. I'll go ahead and Digiburst 2. I'll go ahead and rest your Dark Tyrannomon.
Okay.
Let's swing at Dark Tyrannomon.
Interesting. I will. Ooh, if you Mega Gargo, that means nothing can restand. That was
No.
good?
So I can rest anything, and then I pick something that is rested and it can't stand up.
Okay.
It's like a mini puppet.
I'll block it
Okay.
with the Gatsumon.
I'll evolve into Mega Gargomon to give you 3. Let's target its word defeat. It cannot stand up on your next turn. Go ahead.
Okay.
But Dark Tyrannomon can, though.
Yes, I'll restand the Dark Tyranno. It's gonna have Sec plus 1
Yes.
or 2.
Plus 1. So it only gains 1 security check if you have a rested dude.
I guess speaking of hinky plays, maybe this is the right time to play this.
Oh no, the right time. Oh goodness.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited for some hinky play action. So you know what? We're gonna rock and roll. Looking back on the good times for 4, I will digivolve the Mega Gargomon.
And then you can kill a play cost 4 less, right?
Well, then if that Digimon's play cost is 4 or less.
Okay, so it's
unfortunately, this is a terrible card to be frank. But you know what? Let's get rid of that Mega Gargo.
It's removal? Question mark?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and I'm like, if you want, you can do it again.
that is actually like terrible for me because the plan I had really was riding on Mega Gargomon's coattails. It was not a big plan to begin with. Okay. I'll evolve into Wormmon to draw. You ever get the feeling you're like, I guess I should have been attacking with this Kunamon, huh? I mean, maybe. Who knows? You're like, he hasn't done anything. He's just a dude right here. I can't do anything with him. I'll swing at you for 8. Don't die.
Okay. I'll let that through. 3K. It did not die.
Okay. Well, you showed me yours. I'll show you mine. I'll play Positron Laser. I'll give you 5. So now up to 2 of your Digimon cannot attack or block until the end of your next turn. So I'm targeting Zwart Defeat and Dark Tyrannomon.
Yeah.
So they can't attack, but they can attack and block after your next turn.
Yeah. Okay. I will go ahead and draw. 7K, huh? Can I climb over that with 5 memory? But I think that is the biggest threat, so I will bring up the Commandramon.
Yes, sir.
And we will go Machmon.
So I'll go to 3. Oh, never mind.
Actually, I'm thinking about this here. I'm like,
okay.
Is that the correct play? If I go boom boom. Yeah. I think that I will go Machmon. Go to 3. Draw. Can't attack or block. You've got 2 little guys, but I think this is fine actually.
Yep,
I'll
0.
go Black Mach Galgamon. Go to 0. Draw. I will go ahead and crash with your Lila.
All right, they're both dead.
And I'll I'm going to give you a little bit of memory here, but not much I can do. I'll play a Gatsumon blocker and give you 3.
Alrighty, I'm at 3, draw. And I think I'm officially out of steam, my friend. I don't have any blockers. I'm out. And I'm probably just dead next turn. So I think I'll go ahead and concede this game, and we'll go on to game 3.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay. There weren't any more Zwart defeats in security for what it's worth.
That was, dude. I thought I came back. I thought I was like, yes, the hard play Kabuterimon. It sucked, but we almost did it. But I just fell through at the end there.
I feel like looking back on the good times put in a lot of work.
It actually did, because my original plan was to attack you with the plus security when you couldn't block, and then to evolve into a Digimon that was supposed to be stronger, Kabuterimon, than your blocker. So I swing with that, make you risk losing your blocker or not, and then I just end my turn with the Positron Laser, and I do it again next turn. Or I'm a god and I draw into Valderarm and I get rid of the Zwart defeat. Like those were my only outs, and I was playing to them. But then you got rid of it, and I was like, oh my god.
But I will say, looking back, it's just I read the card when Siri selected it, and I was like, "There's so many good option cards in black, and like, why did I get D-Digivolve 1 for 4, and then the other one, which is like, if it has reboot, it gets +1K in blocker, and I'm like, these are not useful."
Yeah, that like black is definitely one where it's like good, bad. Those are the only two you have. Whereas like things like green, like you can have things like Hornbuster or what's another, like, Electroshocker. That one's my favorite underrated green card because it's better Cocytus Breath. It's literally a better Cocytus Breath.
Interesting. I did see Positron Laser there, so we will see.
Now I know all your. I think I know everything about your deck now. You have no secrets from me, and you've only scratched the surface of mine.
Oh my.
The potential in here is really interesting, to say the least. All right, cut or tap for the last game, my friend. You can do that.
Let's both. I'll cut in half as well.
Sick. And then I will choose to go second.
Okay.
My deck is more reactive than yours is.
Yes. Also, there's the potential that black leaves you with a lot of memory going second.
What? Who would be thinking about memory at a time? This is turn 1. Who cares about memory? Turn 1. What?
I'll go ahead and hatch. We'll see here.
Oh,
luckily,
the
I
good
didn't
boy.
have to hard play something. Commandramon. We'll draw. And then we will go Machmon and leave you at 2.
I'm at 2. Draw. Let's hatch Pinamon. Let's go Dokunamon to draw. There's a play that I like, and there's a play that's probably better. Let's evolve into Kabuterimon. We always do that. Then I draw. I love this card so much, but I really shouldn't play it right now. Yeah, I shouldn't. I'll evolve into Lilamon. Give you 2. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm at 2. Go ahead and draw. I don't like a Lilamon in raising. I'm just gonna say that.
It's a threat. It's, you know what? It's the one thing my deck is good at doing.
Yes, very much. So I will just leave this in racing. Go into Tankdramon and leave you at 1.
Who blinks first, eh? I think I need to be a big brain Brian and promote. You're like, what? Is he making the same mistake again? No, I'm gonna play Wormmon. You're going to 2. Because now I know Ultimate Flare is not a card.
In this deck, I've seen 2 options and they're both bad. All right, leaving me at 2. Part of me is like, I should just make the moves.
Make the moves. Do what Digimon do.
Let you. Yeah.
And then see what you got. I could have nothing. Like green decks are always like, where's my level 6, man? So you are gonna Genku. And that kills my little guy. And then on deletion, reveal the top 3. Oh. I get Jogamon. Cool.
Okay.
I wanted that Mimi. That Mimi would have been fire. All right, so I'm at 2. Draw. Let's hatch Pinamon. Let's evolve into Wormmon to draw. There's the play that I love. There's the play that's probably good. And I wish you'd let me keep that Wormmon. That would have been so spice.
Like I could have Digizorbed it instead.
I think I gotta just play like yeah, I'll play slow. Let's just go Mega Gargo to pass you 2. I'll draw and I'll tap your boy.
Okay.
And it'll stay that way.
Yes. I will draw. Let's hatch. Let's see. So how big is Mega Gargo going to be on your turn?
So if you play any other Digimon that might get rested, he'll become 13, but right now he's just going to be 12 during my turn.
Just 12. So if I play any other Digimon that might get rested, but the only way you would have to rest them would be Lilamon, right?
Well, again, you haven't seen all my option cards, my friend. I can make moves.
Are
Are you saying I can't make moves? I'll prove you wrong.
I mean, you got moves that can be made for sure. I'll go into Commandramon and draw.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. And then Digiburst so that something can't attack or block, giving it plus. Yeah, I'm gonna play this one safe for my part too. Just go into his Word to Feet and give you 1.
Okay. The best way to handle this is to give you a choice. And pray. Those are the 2 options I have. Choice and pray. I like that. I like those odds. I'll promote Wormmon. Let's swing at you for 12 plus 1 security.
Okay. Yeah.
12
plus 1, so 7 and 3.
Life is so good. And then I'm going to just evolve into Valderarm to kill your Zwart Defeat. Who would you like to kill?
That would leave me at what, 5?
Potentially.
Let's see here. This is a good question. I will kill the Wormmon.
Wormmon is dead. On deletion effect of Wormmon to look at the top 3. And there's Garbage and Lila. I'm going to take Lilamon.
Okay.
All right, it's over to you. You have 5.
I will draw. Bring up this Commandramon. Let's go Clockmon. Going to 3. Draw. Let's go Black Gaugamon for 3. Going to 0. And I'll go Gankumon for 4. Going
Kill
to
my
4,
guy,
and
then I'll go to 7.
Yes, and I'll draw.
Okay. Anything I can do, you can do better, eh? All right. Cool.
Like, I was like, how do I clear board? And I was like, that's actually the only way I clear board here, so this is fine.
All right, let's do this. I'll hatch for turn. Start off by evolving into Goblymon to draw. As long as I don't... He has... the Black Gagumon, if he has reboot, he'll gain DP, right? He doesn't give reboot?
He doesn't give reboot, and he gets plus 1k on your turn from the Clockmon, and he only gets sec plus 1 if you have an unsuspended Digimon.
Right. If I have nothing, he'll just be a guy.
Yes.
It's like our only option, so I'll evolve into Kabuterimon to go to 6, draw. I'll evolve into Lilamon to go to 3, draw. Then for turn, I'll play Mimi to give you 1. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll go ahead and draw. I'll hatch. Let's go Gatsumon there. Draw. Then I will not make the same mistake twice. I will go defeat, putting you to 2 and deleting
another one. Mimi is gone. Yes. All right. Let's draw. I mean, do we just... I mean, I hate to be like that guy, but I think we're just going to do like the same thing again. Going to promote Lila, evolve into Mega Gargo to give you 2. Let's tap your boy. He'll stay that way.
Okay.
Over to you.
Go ahead and draw. 2, huh? You could do some more Rafflesia nonsense, but I feel like if I don't give you much in the way of winging, that's actually awkward. I'll go Dark Tyranno and Raising for 1. Draw. Wish I had found that on a different turn, but we'll take what we can get. I'm just looking back on the good times, the Mega Gargo, and put you to 3.
You know, for being worst spider shooter, that is an annoying card. Okay.
I wish I would have found it before I evoed to leave you at 2. That for me was the key.
I see what you're saying. I think we'll go Dokunamon to draw. He didn't even promote, because you knew I'd go back to Lila instinctually. Oh, if you promoted, that would have been so. I really just do the same thing again? That feels bad. Feels like I shouldn't do. And what I should instead do. I guess I'll go Reflegiamon to go to 0 draw. I'll go ahead and Digiburst 2 to give her +2, and then your dude cannot attack or block until the end of your next turn. So it's going to be 13, 14 at security.
14 at security. 3K, you're good.
Then I think I will play Izzy Azumi to give you 2. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, there's another tamer. I'll draw.
My favorite tamer ever in green, fun fact, is this card.
I will restand this boy, though. That's crucial. You could do it again, and then it's just a beatdown game at that point.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like, well, if I can just stop you from attacking while I attack, I can just ignore the sword defeat.
Yeah.
If you didn't get rid of Gargomon, I would have done it with plus security attack. That would have been nice.
Rest something. Then you have choice. Trying to think of how to give you. And what does that Izzy do again?
So if I have a level 5 or higher green Digimon in play, I can tap this to reveal the top card of my deck. If it's a green Digimon, I can add it to my hand. If it's not, it goes to the bottom.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, no, if it's a Digimon card, not a green Digimon.
Everything about this is unfortunate. Because I just feel the Chaosmon in my heart as well. So I don't have an option. I will just Megadramon there for 3 and leave you at 1.
I will go ahead and attempt to promote Dokunamon. Let us think. So I will tap Izzy. It is Argomon level 6. It goes to my hand.
Okay.
I just do it now. It's fine. I'll Reflegiamon to give plus 2,000 to my board. And I will make it so that way that cannot attack or block until the end of your next turn. Let's swing 13 at you.
Okay. 5K, you're good.
And I will swing the 4K at you.
Yes.
Oh, and he lives?
Oh my gosh.
The 4K.
Oh my gosh.
The 4K. And I guess I'll just play a Goblimon to give you 1.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can do in response to that. Oh my god. I believe that is correct. Yeah, it's impossible. GG's.
GG's, my guy. That was so complicated. The amount of times I was like, okay, now we're just going to win the damage race. You know what I was hoping you would do? I played this Izzy not because of the effect, but because it gave me access to Petal-Dramon. And I was like, if he overcommits, I can just go for game right now because I can stop like 1 blocker. And unless he has 2 in play, I'll have the 3 attacks to win.
Yeah, it was a super weird game. I didn't really, because the Lilamon, Reflegiamon, Mega Gargomon, all of that just kind of, it renders the blocker strategy in black kind of impossible. Just because like you can constantly rest and swing over things, and I don't have any like other than Genkumon. There's not really a direct
removal
response.
Source. The problem is when you get multiple blockers in play, and so I can no longer control your board because the thing I'd want to get rid of, you can just protect it. And I'm like, so like it's both like I can't remove your stuff, you can't remove my stuff, but I can at least stop your stuff from attacking. And hopefully my dudes are strong enough. Now, I told you at the beginning of this, I really liked the deck that Siri built me. I loved every card she picked pretty much. The problem was that one of the cards she picked, arguably the best card I had to build around, Reflegiamon, I only own 1 copy of this card, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know for a fact I have multiples of these. I just could not find them in time for this, so I had to redo the entire deck list. So instead of having 4 Reflegia, along with 4 Lila and 4 Dokunamon, which, if you don't know this, can search for Digiburst cards when he's played, which is great. I have to play 4 Mega Gargomon and then the 3 Argomon that you saw. So this was actually my main Digimon, and he didn't show it up at all in the first 2 games, but game 3 he came in very useful as a beat stick, which was lovely. So I was playing like a bad a bad green control deck because I don't have Rafflesia, but I was also playing a good green beatdown deck because I have Argomon, Power Gainers, and Mega Gargo. So
Yes.
I was all over the place and like, what can I do? And I was like, you know what I can do? I can ground myself in Volter Arm and we'll be good.
Yeah, I had some really bad cards like Tankdramon, Kurosari, Inframon, Ludomon. These 2 options, I was just like, these are of no use.
The only cards I played one of were Forbidden Temptation, the Pyildramon that you saw, the no level 4s, no level 3s, and the Izzy. I played 1 Izzy. I had 2 Mimi, 1 Izzy, and then I played pretty much 2 of or more of everything else because the cards I didn't get were bad, like they were level 4s that I could evolve into. The one card I never played was the Pyildramon, the Forbidden Temptation, and Kuwagamon. I actually played 2 of these on places. Spend one of your dudes, and I was like, if he ever hard plays anything, this is value, I think. So yeah, I played it. But yeah, I did not have. A funny thing was my only option cards. They do the exact same thing. They do the exact same thing, except Positron Laser is literally a better Forbidden Temptation because it can stop 2 Digimon instead of 1. And I played 2 of it.
Yeah, it's a good card. Yeah, my options were just like, oh, I do not want to play these. No, thank you. No, thank you. I will make the space for 4 defeats.
Yeah, but that was actually a super intense game, very complicated. I think our decks like actually countered each other in a weird sense. Like you could protect the things I wanted to kill. I would be forced to go for Volderarm, which then if you had Zword Defeat would trade perfectly. And the reason behind me going for that like Sophie's choice of Wormmon or Volderarm was either way I was set. Because if you go for Volderarm, you get 2 memory, no board, and I still have a Wormmon. And then you're probably going to give me 3 memory, and then I can choke you with like a Lilamon from there while evolving into a new rookie and searching and swinging. So I thought I'd keep tempo with you. And then and then if you didn't kill it, I'd keep a Volderarm in play, was my thought. And then you just go Genkumon, and I'm like, dang it, that's enough.
Yeah, that was my only thought there. I was like, I'll give you so much memory, but like green not having a body on board so that you can't like Evo and swing over me. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll take that. You can have 7
And honestly, green having a lot of memory doesn't do like I don't hard play things. I just evolve up. So I'm like, 1 cost to evolve, 3 cost to evolve. All of my Digimon require you to have Digimon before I evolve into them, so I'm just gonna play Mimi. And then you're like, oh, you know that Genkumon I just had? Here's his Word Defeat. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I worked so hard to get into this position, and I'm back where I started. It was just like a reset. It was so complicated, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this. I'm sure it was complicated to be like, what's this pile of crap? What am I supposed to do with this?
Yes, very much so.
And boom, there you guys go. That wraps up the Siri Deck Building Challenge for the Digimon TCG. I'm not really sure what I should call this challenge yet, but it was a lot of fun and arguably the most complicated and challenging match of the Digimon TCG I had ever played. One last shout out to Gyro Sean for being here. He was an absolute mad lad for agreeing to do this challenge and then putting so much work into making his deck as threatening and powerful as possible, because it was very powerful and very threatening. If you guys want to check out any more of his videos or his live streams, I'll leave them linked down below in the description. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it in the future, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me your thoughts down below on other challenges we can do in the future, / ways we can improve this one, because I racked my brain for a very long time on the most efficient way to build decks using Siri, but I'm sure there are better ways out there, and I would love to hear your suggestions. But with all that being said, I've been your true champion, Steven. Please be sure to work hard, rest easy, and live well, and I will see you all next time. Peace.